Hey there everyone. So today we're going to be doing some chair yoga. So if you have two chairs available, grab two chairs. We'll be using both in our practice today. So it's just a different way to show you how to use the chairs and how to do more while seated. So we're going to start seated in one of our chairs. Okay, and if you can, bring your feet up onto that chair just out in front. And we're going to bring our knees so they're slightly bent. We're going to sit up nice and tall, shoulders roll back, and we're just going to hold this position. So you can let your hands just dangle down to the sides. Feel them just pull down your shoulders. Feel the strength in your core. All right, so bring them out as far as you feel comfortable, just sitting up nice and tall. Okay, so we're going to take a deep breath in. Lift our arms right up over our head. We're going to hinge forward to those toes. Neck is following the spine, shoulders are back, chest is up, and our back is straight. Good. Slowly release up. All right, so we're just going to edge our way slightly up, bending our knees, and lean back onto the back of the chair. We're just going to rock our knees from side to side, loosening up those hips. You can bring your feet right together if you like. Whatever makes it feel good for you. Good. All right, holding at center. We're just going to let those knees fall to the sides, opening up the hips. So sitting in our butterfly pose, just a more relaxed position. Open those hips. Good. We're going to release one foot down to the ground. Keep the other one up on the chair. And we're going to plant that one foot right down on the ground. So find yourself in a position where you can plant that foot right down securely on the ground. That extended leg, the knee is slightly bent. We're going to walk our hands down that leg and try to reach. So you can just reach onto the chair if that's more comfortable. Pull those toes in towards our chest, activating the muscles in our legs a little bit. And slowly start to roll it up. Good. If we can, we're going to cross that leg over top of our knee. So we're crossing the ankle over the knee. Now we're going to reach forward to that chair and just hold on to the seat of that chair in front of us. Good, sitting back up. We're just going to take our foot and gently start to rotate the ankle around, loosening up any tightness we might have in there. Good, really feel it crink and crack if there's anything in there, and roll in the opposite direction. Good, release that foot down. All right, so we're switching sides. We're going to bring that other leg up. Foot's planted down on the ground, knees slightly bent. We're going to walk our hands down to the chair or to our toes, whichever we feel comfortable with. Back is straight, shoulders are back, and our neck is following our spine. As per usual, I will sound like a broken record, but I just want to remind you, every time you do the pose, then you'll remember. And then once you do it enough, it just becomes second nature. All right, good. Starting to roll back up. Cross that ankle over the knee. And we're going to reach to that chair, stretching out our leg a little bit on the inside and outside. And slowly back up. Good. Starting to rotate that ankle around with our hand. Just loosen it up. And in the other direction, all the way around. Good. Drop it down. All right. So sitting up nice and tall in our chair, we're going to bring our hands behind, grabbing onto that chair, and then we're just going to walk up, walk our hips up slightly, open up that chest, gazing up towards the ceiling if we can. If you can't reach the chair, just imagine you're pressing into a giant beach ball behind your back, trying to hold it there. Good, and release. All right, so we're going to come into a child's pose. We're going to reach, we're going to just walk our hips back slightly and reach our hands up that chair, resting our head on that chair if we can. Just go down as far as you feel comfortable, so if you just want to come down to your elbows, you can do that as well. And slowly come back up. Good. All right, so holding here, we're going to kind of just let our head hang in dolphin pose. So back to the elbows. If you're already there, then just interlace your fingers. Let the head rest. And slowly come back up. Excellent. All right, doing a bit of a twist. We're going to sit back slightly in our chair. So moving into a twisting chair, we're going to bring our elbow to the outside of our knee. And we're going to push into that knee, bringing our hands to our chest if we can. Feel free just to come slightly twisted to the side. It doesn't matter how far down you go or come up. So we're just going to hold this position, twisting open to the side. Feel our hands pushing in. We're really trying to push to the side here, twisting out our spine. So try to make sure that our knees stay together, feet stay together, everything's in line. Good, bringing it back up. All right, so bring the opposite elbow to the opposite knee now, obviously, twisting to the other side, same thing, other side. And back to center. Great. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're just going to get moving a little bit. So we're going to come up and down out of the chair. If you don't feel comfortable coming up and down out of the chair, just do as much as you possibly can. Or you can just relax, moving around in your chair, stretching out your arms and whatnot. But we are going to stand up. So if you wanted to skip to the end of the about 20 minutes left of this video, there'll be another seated segment. So we're going to just bring our hands to that chair in front of us, and we're going to start to lift ourselves up off of our chair, stretching out our legs, and then we're going to drop back down into that seated position. So we're just practicing getting up and lifting, lower, and sit. Up and lower. Good. So we're going to move with our breath. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Good. Lift. Exhale, lower. One last time. Holding it up. Now we're going to bring our elbows down to that front chair, just letting our head dangle. Knees are slightly bent, so we're in that dolphin pose. A nice dolphin pose. Should be able to loosen up our neck. Good. And coming back to an all-four position, we're going to move into cat and cow. So we're going to exhale as we lift that spine up. Squeeze all the air out. Inhale, bringing that head and tailbone up. Exhale, lift, squeeze. Inhale, lower. Good. One last time. Holding at center. Now we're going to start to move our arms a little bit here, loosening up our shoulders. So make sure we keep those abs in strong, nice straight back. We're going to start with our right hand. We're just going to bring it up past the chair and up and around. Good. So just circling it out, nice and easy. And in the other direction. Good. Strengthening that arm a little bit. And back down. Good. Other side. Inhale, lift, and lower. Inhale, lift, and lower. Up and around. Good. And to the other side, or opposite direction, I mean. One last time. Bring it back down. Good. All right. So we're going to come up. So we're going to bend our knees, hinge our hips, slowly lift. And we're going to step one foot on top of that chair. So this is kind of like a lunge position. So we're standing up nice and tall. We're going to reach our arms up over our head, coming into that crescent lunge. Good. Hands together, down through heart center. Now we're going to bring our hands down to the chair. And we're just going to move into a twist. So we're going to take that outside arm on the outside of the foot and we're going to bring it up and around behind our back. Just opening up the chest to the side, facing that knee. And release, step that foot back. Switching sides, we're going to bring that other foot up into that crescent lunge. Feel free just to hold the back of the chair if you like. Stretching open the hip, you can lean slightly forward. You can bring your hands to heart center or bring them all the way up into the air. Lowering down, we're going to take that hand, bring it behind the back, open up the chest to the side. Good. And release. Coming to that all four position again. Now we're going to go back down to a seated position. Sitting back down. Good. So we're just going to move into a few twists to get our spine moving a little bit here before we stand up and do some of our warrior poses. So we're going to take our one hand, the opposite hand to the opposite knee, and then we're just gently going to reach back on that chair, grabbing that chair if you like, gently pulling, twisting open to the side. So keep those shoulders back and down, chest is up. And release. Good. Other side, grabbing onto that knee, twisting open to the side. And release forward. Excellent. All right, so we're going to move that to our chin. We're going to bring our chin over to our shoulder, trace it down our chest and up to the other side. So we just want to loosen up our neck a little bit. Side to side, nice and easy. And bring it back to center. Awesome. All right, so we're going to stand up using our chair. We're going to push ourselves up, and you can grab onto that chair, whatever you need. We're going to turn our chair around so we can use, actually no, we're going to leave this chair, sorry, we're going to leave this chair so the seat is facing us. And we're just going to bring our other chair so the back of the chair is right behind us on the long edge of our mat. So we have something to hang on to if we need to, okay? So we're just going to step to the top of our mat where our chair is. Our knees are going to touch that chair. And we're gonna step one foot back. Doesn't matter which one, we're gonna do both sides. Just gently tuck that other foot right underneath that chair. Back foot's at a 45-degree angle, front foot's forward. We're gonna bend into that knee, touching that chair. Arm reaches up over the head. We still have hold on that other chair if we need. But if you like, you can release either way. Good, and release down. We're going to turn that back foot in so we face, all 10 toes are pointing towards that front chair. And we're gently just going to come down to touch that chair, releasing our hand from the other chair, and just relax here. Stretching out the backs of the legs in our pyramid pose, nice and easy. If you like, you can drop all the way down to your elbows, stretching it out either way. Good. Step that front foot back, and we're gently just going to start to walk our feet back right to the back of the mat. Head drops down, comes between the biceps. Good. Stretching our back nice and long. Excellent. Slowly come back up. And we're going to roll ourselves up using our legs. You can use the chair to come back up. Good. So we're going to switch sides. You can leave your chair where it is. I'm just going to turn to the opposite side. All right. So always make sure that chair is supported. It's nice and flat. All right. Bringing that opposite foot back. Oh. Okay. So I'm just going to bring my chair to the other side so that seat is facing us. We're bringing our knees right up to that chair. We're going to step the opposite foot back. And we're going to swing our hips towards the chair. Bring that knee right to the edge. And reach that arm up. Other arm can come up if you like. Holding here. And release. Good. So turning that back foot in slightly. We're going to turn, so all 10 toes are facing that chair, and we're going to bring our hands down to that chair, stretching the backs of our legs, slightly bend the knees. You can come down onto your elbows if you like. Either way, just want to feel a stretch in that hamstring and through our calf. And slowly start to release up. Good. All right. So we're going to be doing our Warrior 2 pose now. So I'm just going to sweep this. I'm just going to bring this chair out in front. So it won't. So this chair will be out in front. Okay. Cut. So we're going to step that front foot back and back into that downward facing dog position. Knees are slightly bent. Head comes between the biceps. And slowly walk back up. Good. Bend the knees, hinge the hips, slowly release. All right, so we're going to be coming into our Warrior 2 positions now. So you're going to bring you can leave your chair where it is. I'm going to just mimic where the chair might be. So we're coming back to the top of that mat. Knees are against the seat of the chair. We're going to step one foot back. That back foot's going to be parallel with the back of the mat. Front foot's forward. That front knee taps down. And we're going to bring our arms out to the side. Remember, there's a chair here. You can always hold on to that chair wherever you feel comfortable, all right, depending on which arm, or just bring both arms out if you feel okay with that. Good, so we're reaching away from our bodies with our arms, strengthen that front leg. Good. So if we're hanging onto the chair, we're going to do reverse warrior. turning that front palm up, coming all the way back, opening up those front ribs to the chair there, holding here. And back to that warrior two. We're going to bring our hand right down to that chair so you can still hang on, or if you feel comfortable now, you can let go, bringing that arm up into the air. Feel free to drop the hand down behind the back if you have a little bit of a shoulder issue. And bring that hand back up and down to the chair. We're going to step that back foot forward, coming back to that all four position. Good. Bend the knees, hinge the hips, slowly come up. All right, so we're going to do the same thing on the other side. You can leave your chair where it is. I'm just switching sides so you can see. All right, so knees up against that chair. We're going to step that back foot back. Front knee taps on that chair. Remember, there's a chair in front you can hang on to. Arms come out. Either way, you can switch halfway through. It's up to you. Coming to that reverse warrior, we're going to turn that front palm up, back hand drops down, and lift it all the way up. Again, chairs there. And back to that warrior two. We're going to bring that front hand all the way down to the ground and lift that other arm up if you feel comfortable, or drop it down behind your back. Good. Bring that hand down. Step that back foot in. Good. Coming to that all four position once again. We're going to bend the knees, hinge the hips, slowly come up. Good. All right, so coming into some balancing poses. Actually, we'll do some squats first. So we're going to start by bringing our chair just in front of us on the long edge of the mat. All right, then we're going to step our feet out. So our toes are pointed towards the corners of the mat, hanging onto the back of the chair if we need to. We're just going to drop down. Knees are following in the same direction as our toes. Our knees land over top of our ankles, and then we're coming right back up. Good. So exhaling as we drop down, inhale up and squeeze. Exhale, lower down, inhale up. Good. Keep that going just a few more times. Building some strength in those legs, getting those hips open. And one last time. Good. All right, let's walk those feet in towards each other. All right, so we're just going to bring our chair to the side. So one side or the other. Actually, we can probably bring both chairs, the backs facing us. All right, I'm just going to move my mat up slightly. Or my chair up slightly. There we go. All right, so we have our chairs on either side. We're nice and supported. So what we're going to do here is a couple balancing poses. So we're just going to start with warrior three, actually. So holding onto our chairs, make sure they're steady, nice and strong. Make sure they're not moving around too much. Mine are, but I'm okay with balance. All right, so what we're going to do is plant one foot down, just tap the other foot back, and then we're gently just going to bring that back foot up as our head comes down. So that holding knee is slightly bent. All right, you can come down as far as you feel comfortable, wherever that may be. Don't go too far, just enough where you feel the strength in that holding leg. All right, if you feel very comfortable, you can let one arm come up. Either one, it doesn't matter. Or both, you can switch from side to side, stretching up and release, stretch up and release. Good. All right, bring it back. Back up to that standing position. Let's shake it out a little bit. It's a little strenuous on the legs. And we'll plant that other foot down, slowly coming forward to that warrior three. And we're going to reach one arm up, stretch away from the body and back. Lifting up, stretch and back. Up and back. Broken and record. All right. A few more times. Last time, one more side, and release down. Excellent. All right. Holding onto the backs of the chairs, we're just going to lift one leg up, bringing that knee to hips width or hips height, and then we're gently just going to push it back as far back as we feel comfortable, almost like in a dancer pose. So we're just going to pull it up and push it back. So we're just moving that hip around, lift and push back, keeping that leg at a 90-degree angle, activating some of the muscles in the hamstrings and the glutes. Good. One more time. And drop down. Switch sides, bring that knee up, pushing back, pull it up, pushing back, pull it up, back, and up. One more time. Good. All right. Now just moving the whole leg, we're just going to swing it forward and swing it back. Swing it forward, swing it back. Good. Just do it gently, as fast or as slow as you like to go. And hold it out front. Start to twist that ankle around. And in the other direction. Good. Drop it down. Switch sides. Bring the other one up. Rotate it around. Other direction. Excellent. Drop it down. All right. So feet are hips width apart once again. We're going to move back into that chair pose. So we're going to hang on to our chairs. And we're just going to sit down into that chair pose. Good. So holding here, you got hold of the chair. And lifting up. Good. So you can rest right on that chair. And up. We just want to make the movement, getting those hips moving. Should be able to wiggle our toes. Good. One last time. Excellent. Okay. So we're going to turn our chairs around to face us once again. And the other one. Good. So taking a seat down in that chair. Actually, I'll do one to face you so you can see what I'm doing from the front. All right, so we're just going to stretch out our arms a little bit here, crossing one arm over. So feel free to grab above or below that elbow, stretching it out. Chest is forward. And we're going to take that same arm, bring it up and behind, reaching between our shoulder blades, gently pushing on that arm. So we're just taking a little break here, having a seat. We're going to get back up and do a little bit more. And release. Good. Switching sides, bring that other arm over. Remember, you can stop and go whenever you feel comfortable. If you want to stop now, that's okay. There's no rules. It's only yoga. We just do what we can on this day, right? All right, same arm up and behind. Reach back, try to touch between your shoulder blades. And relax. Good. All right, moving those legs a little bit. So we're just going to inch ourselves slightly forward. All right, feet are flat down on the ground. We're just going to work out our abs a little bit here. So we're going to do our lower abs, just pulling one knee up and release down, same leg. So we're pulling it up, squeeze all the air out. Inhale, lower. Exhale, in, squeeze. Inhale, lower. Uphail. Inhale or exhale and lower. Can't do too many things at once, apparently. I can chew gum and walk, though. All right, one more time. Lift it up and lower. Good. So you should feel a little bit of strength in that leg as well, as well as in your abs. All right, so exhale, pull it up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, up. Inhale, lower. Looks great. Good. One more time. Awesome. All right. Sitting back into that chair. Doing one leg at a time. So you can lean back if you like. We're just going to pull one leg up, flex those toes forward, and then pull them in towards us. Stretch out that calf using our own muscles. So you can feel that leg contracted. We're going to push it out, stretch those shin muscles, and pull it in. Stretch the calf. Back and forth. Nice and easy. Good. A few more times. And drop it down. Switching sides. Same thing, other side. Get those cracks out. Stretch the shin. Stretch the calf. Shin and calf. Good. Looking awesome. All right, a few more times. Pull it in, push it out, and release. Good. All right, so we're just gonna do a few twists as we're standing. So we're gonna bring our hands down to that chair. So slowly lifting up, bring that chair to face us once again. All right, so we're bringing our hands to that chair. And we're going to come into a twisting movement. So what we're going to do is plant our wrists under our shoulders, bringing our ankles underneath our hips, knees are slightly bent. We're going to place one hand in the middle of that chair, and then we're going to bring our arm up to the side or slightly behind. Just twisting enough, not too far, just a little bit. Good, and switch. And release down. Good. Drop those elbows. Interlace those fingers. Coming into that dolphin pose. Knees are slightly bent. Excellent. All right. Coming back up. All right. So we're going to sit back down into our chair. So we're going to pull one chair in. Doesn't matter which one you sit on. And we're going to reach down into that sort of like a forward fold and child's pose mix. So bringing those arms forward, just let yourself relax down onto the edge of that chair. And slowly up. Excellent. So we're going to bring our one hand over to the opposite leg, almost like we're going to reach forward, not going past our elbow though. So you can just bring your other hand behind your back, and we're gently just going to bring that arm down, stopping right above the elbow or right below the elbow, opening up to the side. And release up. Good. Switching sides. Bring that other arm behind the back. Other arm reaches down. And slowly up. Good. Bringing our knees nice and wide. So this is like a wide-kneed child's pose. We're going to reach forward and rest our head back down on that chair. Arms relaxed. Cut. Action. And we're going to come up once again, stepping those feet in. We're going to do some single leg stretches. So we're just going to pull that chair in a little bit more. We're just going to step one leg up onto that chair if we can. And we're just going to bring our elbow to the outside of that knee if we can, or just hug it gently. So just twisting to the side. Feel free to grab onto that chair if you like. And relax forward. Now we're going to bring the opposite leg up onto the chair if we can. Both hands on the inside of that leg. We're going to reach down to those toes. Feel free just to tap down on the chair. And release. Good. All right. So bringing our the outside leg just to bend, bringing it on the inside of that foot. Once again, reaching down, doing a single leg stretch. And slowly up. Good. Drop that foot down, switching sides. So just stepping that one foot to the edge of the chair. Hug that knee, twist to the side. And release forward. Good. All right, so we're going to bring that other foot up. That leg stays knee towards the ceiling. Both arms on the inside of that leg. Reach down to those toes. And slowly up. Single leg stretch, so just flexing that foot, open that knee up to the side, reaching down to those toes once again. And slowly up. Good. Both feet out in front. Knees are slightly bent. We're going to walk our arms down to our toes, stretching it into that forward fold position. And slowly roll up. Good. Gently pull those feet down to the ground. All right. Now I'm just going to turn this chair to face you guys. And sitting back down. Now we're just going to do a seated cat and cow. So we're just going to bring our arms forward on an exhale. We're going to curve our spine. Imagine we're catching a great big ball in front. And then we're going to inhale, reach our arms back. Imagine we're trying to hold a ball behind us. So exhale, roll forward. Inhale, lift, squeeze. Exhale, forward. Inhale, behind and squeeze. Good. Keep that going. One more time. Good. Roll those shoulders back, bringing hands down to a mountain pose. Shoulders back, crown of the head lifts up. Just take a few deep breaths here. And relax. Good. All right, so we're going to stretch out our upper body a little bit here, building a little bit of muscle. So we're going to bring our hands to heart center. All right, we're going to push into our hands. Our elbows come straight out, so it's almost like a line. We're going to use our shoulders to move from side to side, using our torso to move our shoulders from side to side, keeping our hips forward, obviously, because we're sitting on them. All right, so we're just going to twist to the side and twist to the other side. Good. Side to side, nice and easy. Good. A few more times. And back to center. Good. Hands in the lap. Okay, so we're just going to start to roll our shoulders back and down. So almost bringing it to an exaggerated movement. We'll start by bringing them forward and then back, all right? So we're bringing them back, up, forward, down, back, up, forward, down. Good. One more time around. And in reverse. Up, back, down. Up, back, down. Good. Feels good. One last time. Excellent. Bring those hands back down to our sides. Mountain pose. Shoulders back. Crown of the head pushes up. Holding our back nice and straight. Breathing in through that diaphragm. Good. And relax. All right. Bringing those hands back to heart center. We're just going to move into a flow. So we're going to take a deep breath in. Lift those arms up. Exhale. We're going to pull the elbows into the side. On the exhale. Inhale. Reach the arms up. And we're going to swoop down to our feet. So depending on where you are, depends how far down you go. So exhale, inhale, reach up. Exhale to heart center. Inhale, up. Exhale, pull those elbows into the sides. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale, up. Exhale, forward. Scoop up some air. Inhale, lift. Down through heart center. Inhale, reach. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale, up. Exhale, center. Good. Holding here. Okay, so we're going to bring our fingers together. Hands come behind the head if we can. If you can't do that, just bring them to the sides or to your shoulders. All right, we just want to open up the chest, shoulders back. And lift the chin and chest up towards the ceiling. So whether you're here, or on the shoulders, we just want to open up that chest to the front, lifting the chin up towards the ceiling. Good, and relax. All right. So sitting right back onto that chair, you can relax the shoulders. Now we're going to just move into a little bit more of our leg strengthening. So hands on the hips. We're going to bring our feet out, and then we're going to pull them in underneath the chair if we can. All right, lifting up, contract those those quad muscles, pull it in, hamstrings. Lift and pull it in, just to get the movements in. Strengthening those legs, strengthening those hamstrings. Up and in. Up and in. Good. Last time. Good. All right, drop those feet down. So we're just going to come down, resting on those knees. All right, you can just let your head hang slightly. If you'd like, you can drop right down to your feet, coming into a forward fold position. Letting that head hang, dangling down, stretching it out. And we're going to bring both hands onto our feet, slowly walking up our legs, back up to that seated position. Good. All right. So finding a most comfortable spot, wherever that may be for you, either in your chair, you can lie down in a different chair, you can lie down on your couch or in your bed, whatever you feel comfortable with. You can lie on the floor. If you just want to sit in your chair, you can relax your shoulders back, sitting quietly. You can close your eyes or just stare somewhere at the floor. It's up to you. I'm not sure if I just repeated that, but if I did, sorry about that. So just take some deep breaths in and out, starting to notice your breath. So notice as it travels in through your nose, down your throat, through the nasal cavity. You can feel it traveling into your chest, into your ribs, and into your stomach. As you exhale, you feel it come out of your stomach, your ribs release, chest, back through your nasal cavity, and out through your nose. So take a deep breath in, through the nose, down to your chest, ribs, stomach. Exhale, stomach, ribs, chest. Inhale, chest, ribs, stomach. Exhale, stomach, ribs, chest. Inhale, chest, ribs, stomach. Exhale, stomach, ribs, chest. Just keep that breath going. Relax your mind, relax your body. Just take these few moments just to focus on your breath. So coming out of that final relaxation, we're going to start to move our fingertips, our toes, allow awareness back to our minds and our bodies. We're going to start to move our arms and legs around, just stretching it out, becoming more aware of ourselves. And we're slowly going to come off the back of that chair, stretching our chest up towards the ceiling. Deep breath in, exhale, sitting up nice and tall. We're going to bring our hands to heart center. So I thank you for sharing your practice with me today. It was a pleasure. We'll do more chair yoga in the future. So stay tuned. Namaste.